Hello and welcome to EPG Pathshala. This is Panchanan Mahanti. I am a professor in the Center for Applied Linguistics and Translation Studies at University of Hyderabad. Today we are going to discuss two English translations of Faiz Ahmad Faiz's poetry, a comparative linguistic study and its implications. In this presentation, we will discuss the English translations of Faiz's poems for the purpose of evaluation. To introduce Faiz Ahmad Faiz, who was born in 1911 and passed away in 1984, was the first Asian poet to be awarded the Lenin Peace Prize by Soviet Union in 1993. He was one of the most famous revolutionary poets of the Urdu language in the 20th century. His poetry has been translated into many languages, including English and Russian. He has a host of translators like V.G. Kiernan, Naomi Lazard, Aga Shahid Ali, Shibke Kumar, Daud Kamal, and Sarwat Rahman. Of the translations into English, the best known is that by V.G. Kiernan, published under the aegis of UNESCO about some 30 plus years ago. Faiz Ahmad Faiz was also a translator and has made some insightful observations on the art of translation. This paper compares and discusses the English translations of Faiz's poetry done by V.G. Kiernan and Shibke Kumar. For the purpose of evaluation and comparison, we have taken 5 Urdu poems of Faiz, which are Sarud-e-Shabana, Aaj Ki Raat, Bol, Hum Log, and Mere Hamdam, Mere Dost. We have chosen 2 dictionaries for deciding the meanings of the key Urdu words and phrases and the appropriateness of their English equivalents. These 2 dictionaries are Urdu to English, and the first one is Standard 21st Century Dictionary, published in 2004, compiled by Professor Bashir Ahmad Qureshi, revised and enlarged by Dr. Abdul Haq. Academic 21st Century Dictionary, which is again an Urdu to English dictionary, published in 2011, compiled by Razaul Haq Badakhshani, Khwaja Aizaz Rasul, and M.S. Bhatti. Now, the structure of this discussion is like this. Let's first consider translations by Kiernan. Kiernan has translated Faiz's poems with an introduction notes in 1971 under the title Poems by Faiz. He has also rendered Faiz's 5 poems into English under the titles Music by Night, Tonight, Speak, We, My Fellow Creature, My Friend. And these are the translations of the 5 poems I have already mentioned. If we talk about Kumar, he has come up with 2 translations of Faiz's poems, which are titled number 1, Selected Poems of Faiz Ahmad Faiz, published in 1995, and The Best of Faiz, published in 2005. Faiz's 5 Urdu poems have been translated by Kumar in his 2005 book, The Best of Faiz, as The Melody of Night, Tonight, Speak Up, We People, My Friend, My Mate. You can see that there is a difference in the titles themselves translated by Kiernan and Kumar. If we look at the analysis of the 2 English translations, Let's first consider Sarude Shabana. The phrase Mehfil-e Hast-o-Budh has been translated as the assemblage of existence by Kiernan and as the theatre of being by Kumar. Here the word Mehfil means a meeting, dance and song party, etc. No doubt, Hast-o-Budh is a Persian expression which means all that is or has been, according to the standard 21st century dictionary published in 2011. Kiernan has translated Mehfil as assemblage, while Kumar has rendered it as their theatre. It seems that both the translators have adopted a free style approach to translation in this case. Then if you consider other expressions, the word Paikar in the phrase Paikar-e-Iltiza means embodiment of a body, battle, contest, war, and Iltija means entreaty, supplication, petition, prayer, request, begging, and solicitation. Iltija has been rendered as longing in Kiernan, whereas it has become desire in Kumar. Kiernan translates Paikar as embodiment of longing and Kumar as desire incarnate. Here we can easily see that both the translators have some similarities, no doubt, but Kiernan is closer to the original. Here I should probably mention that while translating poetry, it's normally said that poetry is lost in translation, and poetry in fact should not be lost in translation. I strongly believe, following many other scholars, that the translation of poetry should be very faithful, because in order to understand poems, a reader has to make some effort to understand the semantic import. So if the translator is faithful, of course the reader will try to understand, making some sincere efforts. So this is very crucial, and this is how we have been comparing, or we are trying to compare Kiernan and Kumar's translations of Faize's poems. In another phrase, Bazm-e-Anjum, the word Bazm has been translated differently by both the translators. Kiernan has used gathering, while Kumar has preferred conclave. In another phrase, Abshar-e-Sukut, the word Abshar refers to a waterfall, while Sukut denotes reticence, quietness, silence, peace, calm. The word Bazm denotes association, meeting, company, social gathering, banquet, entertainment, party, the world, the universe, and Anjum means stars. Kiernan's expression is gathering of stars, which is close to the cognitive meaning, dictionary meaning, while Kumar has preferred to translate it as conclave of stars. As you can see, gathering of stars and conclave of stars, there is a little difference. Gathering of stars is more colloquial, more in a kind of day-to-day English, whereas conclave of stars is a little pompous. Kiernan translates Abshar-e-Sukut, this phrase, as the waterfall of silence. But Kumar has translated it as the cataract of tranquility. Again, you can see that the waterfall of silence is in the day-to-day ordinary English language. It is very close to whatever people speak in their day-to-day kind of life, whereas Kumar has preferred to use some kind of so-called high English, because cataract and tranquility, these two words are normally not used very frequently by the English speakers in their day-to-day kind of conversation. Here, of course, one more point, one more statement I should make, that is, Kiernan's translation is definitely more faithful to the original than Kumar's translation. Now let's compare the two translations of Sarud-e Shabana. There are certain phrases used in this poem, and let's discuss those phrases. The phrase Juzb-e-Khwab has been translated in two different ways by both the translators. Kiernan uses a part of a dream, while Kumar presents it as a mere fragment of a dream. The meaning of Juzb is part, portion, ingredient, folded form of a book, and Khwab, of course, means sleep, dream, or vision. If we compare Kiernan's translation, a part of a dream, with Kumar's, a mere fragment of a dream, again we can see that Kiernan is close to the day-to-day kind of English when Kumar has presented in a high variety of English. If you look at the translation of the phrase Hadis-e-Shauq-e-Niyaz, we'll see that there are very interesting differences. Kiernan's translation is the passion of self-abasement, while Kumar has rendered it as articulate my humble prayer. According to the academic 21st century dictionary, Urdu to English, of course, published in 2011, the word hadith means tradition of the Holy Prophet, narrative news, and shauq means desire, longing, passion, fondness, and niyaz is humility, meekness, need, meeting, petition, prayer, etc. It's interesting to note that neither of them has translated hadith very faithfully. Now let's compare the English translations of the poem Hum Log. In the phrase Ghayat-e-Sudo Ziyan, it denotes interest, gain, profit, benefit, advantage, and Ziyan is loss or detriment. So, it has become both profit and loss and gain in the translations respectively. Now, if you take the word ghayat, its equivalents are purpose, excessive, extreme, considerable, enormous, or extremely deep. Kiernan has used purpose, which is apt for the Urdu word, whereas Kumar has rendered it as concern. So while reading the poem, we find, Kiernan's expression purpose more kind of readable, and it gels with the flow of the poem in a much better way than Kumar's expression or translation concern. Now let's take the expression Surat-e-Agaz-o-Mal from the same poem Hum Log. Kumar has used concern for and the same for Surat also. Here the equivalents for Surat given in the dictionaries mentioned above are figure, form, shape, appearance, face, aspect, countenance, state, condition, plight, and circumstance. See that Kumar has used concern from Surat, whereas Kiernan has used appearance for the same word, and it's obvious that this expression or this translation by Kiernan is more appropriate and more acceptable. Let's take the phrase Sate Imroz from the same poem Hum Log. Here Kiernan has translated it as today's moment, whereas Kumar has rendered it as daily scene. If you analyze the meaning of the word Sat, it is, according to the dictionaries mentioned above, is hour, time, moment. And Imroz is today, the times. So if we look at from this point of view, from as it is given in the dictionaries, Kiernan translation is better and closer to the original because it is today's moment. But in Kumar it is daily seen, which are, these two words are very different from the ones, the cognates given in the English dictionaries mentioned above. Kumar's use of daily scene for this phrase is not very close to the original. He has also added things while translating the phrase Yade Mazi, that is remembrance of the things past. Kiernan has aptly translated this as remembrance of the past, not remembrance of the things past. So here Kumar has added something extra, whereas Kiernan has been very faithful to the original. Let's take another phrase, Dehshete Farda. For the word Farda, Kumar has used future, which means tomorrow, doomsday, whereas Kiernan has rendered it as tomorrow. Here Kiernan has translated the ideas of the poet more accurately than Kumar. If we consider another phrase, Kuflon ke dahane, Kiernan has translated it as mouths of locks, but Kumar has preferred the padlocks. Padlocks, of course, locks means padlocks, but the mouth is missing in Kumar's translation, which is very important in Kiernan. Then let's take another poem, Aaj Ki Raat, and consider its translations by both the translators. If we talk about the translation style, the translator styles are different for this poem. Kumar has used the imperative style with the contracted negative form don't, whereas in Kiernan the normal form has been used. If we take a phrase, Fikr-e-Farda, we will see that the word fikr denotes worry, anxiety, thought, thinking, idea, imagination, care. Whereas Farda means tomorrow, the day of the judgment. For Farda, Kumar has given future, but Kiernan has rendered it as tomorrow. And need not be mentioned that Kiernan's rendering it as tomorrow is more appropriate than Kumar's future. Kiernan has used cares for fikr, while Kumar has used dread. It's obvious that Kiernan's translation is better and closer to the source language expressions. We'll take the last poem, the fifth poem, Mere Hamdam Mere Dost, and see how it has been translated by both the translators, that is Kumar and Kiernan. Let's again consider a few phrases. Let's take the first phrase, Amade Sub. The translators are trying to, or have tried to translate this phrase as the advent of dawn, and this has been done by Kiernan, whereas Kumar has rendered it as the dawn's arrow. So the advent of, needless to say, the advent of dawn by Kiernan is much better and closer to our day-to-day kind of English than Kumar's dawn's arrow. The meaning of Amad is arrival, advent, inspiration, and incoming, access, revenue, etc. Kumar has used arrow for this word, which is very different. But Kiernan hasn't done that. If you take the phrase Shakhe Gulab, Kiernan has translated this phrase as the rose plucker, whereas Kumar has rendered it as the flower gatherer. Needless to say that gulab is not flower but a particular flower named rose. The meaning of shak is branch, sprig, spray, scion of a plant, and horn, a kind of sweet rolled like a sprig, and gulab is rose. Here, needless to say that Kiernan is more faithful than Kumar in translating these expressions in this poem, because it's obvious that gulab has to be translated as rose, not as flower. We can consider two poems, Aaj Ki Raat and Bol, together. And let's take the phrase Doshe, Dosho Farda. It's interesting when we look at both the translations. Kiernan writes the frontiers of last night for this expression in the original poem, where Kumar uses the bounds of past. If you take the word dosh, it means shoulder, fault, sin, blame, wrong, offense, defect, and farda is tomorrow, doomsday, the day of the judgment. Okay, let's take the phrase Jism-e-Zaban. Kiernan translated this expression as body and tongue, and Kumar has done it as body and mind. The meaning of Jism, of course, is body, and Zaban is tongue, dialect, language, point of pain, flame of a candle, etc. Kumar has used two equivalent for the word Zaban in two different places, that is, words in the second line and mind in the 10th line in the poem Bol. Needless to say that Kiernan is closer to the original when he says body and tongue for Jism o Zaban, and Kumar is not close to the original because he says he has translated it as body and mind when Zaban is not mind but tongue. Some more observations in the poem in Sarode Shabana. Expression like jari hai is going on, so rahi hai is so rahi hai is sleeping feminine, kab rahi kah rahi hai is saying feminine, have been rendered in the present continuous tense by Kiernan, that is flowing, is sleeping, and is telling, but these expressions are not found in Kumar's versions. Kiernan has used pain for dard, whereas Kumar has translated it as sorrow. Needless to say that dard should be pain, not sorrow. The word dard, of course, according to dictionaries, means pain, ache, grief, pity, affliction, sympathy, etc., etc. The word khabar denotes news, piece of information, intelligence, or advice. When Kumar has translated it as holds out, Kiernan has used news, which is more appropriate and closer to the original. For the expression lekin aaj ki raat, Kiernan has given but tonight, whereas Kumar has rendered it in a very different way, which is but no. The word saugar means mourning, afflicted, sorrowful, aggrieved, etc. And it has been translated by Kumar as lament, whereas Kiernan has used mournful. Kiernan has used free for the word azad, but Kumar has preferred not sealed. For another expression, tera sutwa jism, your upright body, has been used by Kiernan, whereas this upright body has been used by Kumar. From all these expressions, if we compare Kumar with Kiernan, we'll see that Kiernan is more appropriate and closer to the original. Okay, to summarize, this comparative analysis of the selected 5 translated English versions of Fez's poems by Kiernan and Kumar leads us to the following conclusions. 1. Both the translators have tried to render the Urdu poems in English to the best of their abilities, but most of Kiernan's translations are closer to the dictionary meanings of the expressions of the original poems have faithfully followed the original Urdu poems. Use of many words and phrases are more acceptable in terms of style and meaning in Kiernan's versions than Kumar's versions. Since the translators have enough choices at their disposal while translating the words and phrases, Kumar has chosen the free style of translation in the sense that he has not been very faithful to the original meanings of the words, and he has added some words here and there, whereas Kiernan has preferred to be closer to the original poems of Fez. A couple of points are very clear in whatever we have discussed. I have mentioned earlier that a translator should ideally translate a text from a second language to the first language, or the other tongue to the mother tongue. Needless to mention that Kiernan was a native speaker of English, and it was his mother tongue, when Kumar was a professor of English, and English was not his mother tongue. So here what has happened is that Kiernan's expressions are more appropriate because English is his mother tongue, and he has been able to use it more appropriately, number one. The second thing is that Kiernan has been a researcher of Faiz Ahmad Faiz, when Kumar is probably not. Since Kiernan has been a researcher of Faiz, he has read Faiz in a very different way, understood him in a much better way than Kumar, and hence Kiernan's translations are closer, more readable, and better than Kumar's translations. Thank you.